Good evening, everybody. Welcome to episode 57, where we be hanging out with Mike Puckett again.
Yes.
Seems like it's an annual thing now.
Yeah, well, yeah, maybe this one would be successful. We'll actually make it to the conference.
So I was looking at some of my Facebook memories, and last year, was the day that we found out World was cancelled.
Yeah, it was like hours after we ended the podcast, if you remember.
Yeah, so pretty much the same day. So I'm going to start straight off the bat. Is World going ahead?
I don't have any emails coming in yet. My email's turned off. So for all intents and purposes, as far as I know, and trust me, I'm not in the know as much as some other people, but yes. So yeah. Yep.
No, well, I mean, I was in a meeting earlier with some of the planning people for one of the booths that I'm helping out with, and it seems to be going ahead.
Yeah, I don't want to jinx it, so maybe we should quickly move on. I don't know.
But, yes.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. So yeah, I know it's been it'll be good to be back. That's for sure. You know, I know myself and my team, we miss it a lot, and we're looking forward to seeing everybody there. We're excited to get back there, and now again, it's those old feelings kind of come back in now, where we can't wait to leave. And get there, get on the ground, start seeing everybody, and get the thing rolling again. I guess is a good way to put it.
Yes. I mean, I think that's one thing I'm looking forward to the most is hanging out with everybody. I mean, the only people that I've been able to see since Nashville in 2020 is Heather and Joe Lance.
Yeah, I've seen a few colleagues here and there with office trips or here, business type stuff, but nothing customer related really for the most part, other than what I'm attached to out here on the West Coast. So it's yeah, I mean, we've done our best to. I know I can't speak for the events team, but working with them and talking with them, I know they've done their best to make it, to bring it back and get people back there and make it as exciting and as fun as ever. So,
yeah,
if you're not going, I think you're going to miss out on some things, if I can say that. But yeah, we're all looking forward to going back for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it does seem like it has been pulled back a bit, just more for a safety net, but. You know, I went to a festival that's usually close to 100,000 people, and they did like a COVID test where only 10,000 people went. And I felt like having a smaller version of the same festival was really fun. So having World slightly scaled back, I feel like we get to see more people, see more things, and do more of the things that we sometimes miss out because it gets so busy.
Yeah, if anything, it might be a little more cozy or quaint. Maybe is a good way to put it. I know we've adjusted our numbers a little bit for some of the things. Yeah. But like for the most part, we're unsure a little bit, so we'll have to see. We know we don't want to have, I don't want to come back with 6 boxes of T-shirts. But at the same time, we don't want to run out of T-shirts either. And so it's a balancing act this year. And
I'm figuring out my packing thing, and I'm not planning on taking many T-shirts. So
yeah. So again, if stuff runs out, be nice to the events team and the staff there. Everyone's doing the hardest to figure out what for the next year and stuff. So and it'll be fun. We'll make a good time.
No, it'll be absolutely fun. And I assume you're going to be there this year.
Yes, barring any broken legs or anything odd like that.
That was my next question. How was your hip?
So my hip is fine. I'm it's all healed and everything, and I'm proud to say they actually put a titanium rod in there and some bolts and stuff, and it's this weird kind of thing they put in the bone, which is strange. The femur bone. That's actually designed by a Solidworks customer.
I was just about to say, all designed in Solidworks. We hope.
Exactly. Yeah.
So we hope to see your story on main stage this year.
Yeah, I'll fall off the stage and break the other one. No, so I was able to reach out to them and thank them for that because they literally helped me walk again. So without that in my leg, I wouldn't be able to walk.
As Heather calls you, Bionic Man.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Good luck running. It's funny because the adjustment to I won't be one of those people running in. That's for sure. But no.
It's okay if you go with us. We'll get in before.
There you go. Yeah. We always try to find a way to sneak in just because, and not because we like to sit in the front, but we like to watch everybody come in as well. We
Yeah.
just one section back to give the guests and stuff the priority seating.
Jonny and I just walk in and they say nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you guys look like it. You're brooding and the beard and stuff like that. Of course, they're more scared of you than anything else, probably.
Yeah.
Potentially.
So, yeah, we'll get there on. In fact, I was just talking with somebody about that. We get there on Friday, so we'll be there Friday, and then all the way through. I'm there through the following Thursday. So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we get in Saturday. We're there for CAD Monkey.
Yes. Yeah.
Thursday, we're off to Jack Daniels.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
We booked a tour there again. We also got an Airbnb out there, so we're spending the night there.
Yeah.
I think Friday Johnny's flying out, and I'm flying out on the Saturday. So,
I'll stick around then for a couple of days.
yeah, I thought like last time I came in on the Friday but left on the Thursday.
Yeah.
But it was very tiring that journey back. So those 3 days afterwards are going to be nice and relaxing.
Yeah, your plane flight's I guess it's a little bit longer than mine. It's about 5 hours of flight time to get there, I guess, or about 4 hours. So.
Yeah, ours is 9 hours.
9.
Our flights coming in, they're the best because they leave like midday here in the UK, sometimes early morning. And because of the time difference, we land basically 3 hours later, even though it's a 9-hour flight. So we've still got a whole day ahead of us.
Yeah, I gained 3 hours going, from the East Coast to West Coast, so it's always nice. So, yeah.
Yeah, going back, it sucks because we just lose so much time. You try and sleep on the plane, and then people talk to you the whole night.
Yeah. Good luck on that.
Why are you looking at me, Kirby?
Oh no, it wasn't you. It was my from Nashville. My last return flight. All I wanted to do was sleep, and the person next to me just kept talking.
Yeah, you just gotta just book a seat away from him somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm on Southwest, so I can't get away. I sit whoever I sit next to, I guess.
Yeah, and I planned it so that I landed Friday morning, got in my car, and went to work. I was literally falling asleep at my desk.
Yeah, no, I tell the guys on my team, they leave on Wednesday, but even so, the rest of that week we're just out, and even the following week, like the virtual testing event that we're going to do, it doesn't start till like a week after the event because we need time to get back and get all the stuff organized and get ready for that as well. So
I know Luke Daly, he applied for the CSW certification to do at World.
Yeah, and so this is the first time we're doing it on site at 3D Experience World.
Really?
Yes, for CSWE. As I've mentioned before, we don't give away CSWE for the most part because we wanted to maintain the value that it has, and we've never done it at 3D Experience World because it can be a technology nightmare because we have to know so we've made it so the software that we use, and this is all credit goes to our vendor that provides the software for us, is now we can do it with the technology that it facilitates it. And then we also wanted to provide a lot of value or more additional value to those who were actually making the commitment to go to the event because it's not an easy thing to do. We understand that.
Well, Brad says CSW is hard.
Yeah, and getting there, flights, hotels, travel, it's not easy. So we're trying to do our part to award that, for the people who do.
Yep.
So I mean, the interesting thing is that my conversation with Luke was like, "Oh, cool. So you've done your CSWP yet?" And he says, "No."
Yeah, you've done.
So now he's in a bit of a scramble to do his CSWP.
And Kirby, have you done yours?
I got mine years ago. So Jonny, have you?
He's drinking.
No.
We can stand. When we get on the bus to go to the event, we can get a window seat that faces where he'll be standing at the convention center, and we can just wave to him as we go by. Or if the bus have windows, we'll stick our hand out the window and wave as we leave by. Maybe on Monday night.
Watch his tears.
They shall be tasty. But it just got me wondering, like, obviously you need to have your CSWP to do your CSWE, and how many people have registered for that and don't have that prerequisite.
Yeah, and so we'll be able to tell that right away and see. We're going to leave it up to the user because they're going to log in, and if they try to select it, it's just going to tell them they don't meet the prerequisites.
I know he's scrambling around to sort that out now, but
Yeah, there is time, and
plenty of time.
If you need help, let me know. I can set you up to get you taking it at least. But
yeah, I sent him a couple of resources. I know Rachel did a very good kind of tutorial on what to do and how to prepare for your CSWP.
Yeah.
So I sent him that video helped me out when I did mine, because I thought I'd be able to blitz through it easily, and then I watched that video and I realized I had to learn all about configurations and all of that stuff.
Yeah, as we always said, go onto the website. The topics that are listed for that exam, they're covered in that exam. So.
Yeah.
But and anybody who does, who's able to take the exam and passes it on Sunday, yes, they will get to go to the event on Monday night. So we'll make sure that they get set up for that, and they'll also get a CSWE shirt as well.
Nice, and that's a perfect segue to that little document you had sent me.
Yes, yeah, we'll get some, I guess some previews or announce some information here.
Yes, I'm just getting my thingy together. Like we try and prepare, but sometimes there we go. Share my screen.
That's what I love about these kind of events. So they're just kind of off the cuff, fun hangouts. The corporate stuff is that's the more stuff we need to be prepared. Wearing a nice shirt.
Yeah, no, we're easy. We're chill.
I did throw on a Solidworks shirt at the last minute. I was thinking about wearing a Raiders shirt, but I guess it only only the U.S. audience will understand that.
That's most of our audience
there.
Well, our European
we got a bloke from Australia, a bloke from South Africa. I think that we're the only two from UK. Everybody else is in the States.
It's American football, and all you need to know is that the Raiders beat the Patriots from Boston. So to all our friends that are in Boston in the chat.
Who's playing in the Super Bowl?
No, so I won't know for another week or two, I guess.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, so
you can say that as many times, Mike, as you want. We won't stop you from repeating that.
Yeah. No, it's fun because it's without going too far into it. The game where the Raiders beat the Patriots this year ended rather epically, in an epic way, if you want to put it that way. And the Raiders, they don't win football games. So it was nice to beat the Patriots in that way, but that, and we might be getting Tom Brady next year. Fingers crossed. We'll see what happens. So.
He's like in every other football team nowadays.
Yeah, he's like
passed around like Ronaldo now.
Yeah,
in football.
Exactly. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. We need something, but we'll see. Anyway, so
you put together these nice little slides for us to show off.
Yeah. Yep. So we can jump in there. I can advance them, so you can advance the next one if you want to. Whatever works for you.
Cool. So testing events.
Can make it any bigger. Can you go into presentation mode or will it allow you to do that? Or usually, I know you're looking in the. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a PDF that I sent you. Never mind.
Yeah.
So this is basically just the. There you go. That looks good. We're doing testing Sunday like we always do. We have in the past. We're minorly limited on seats, but registration is looking okay. And so anyway, so we will be running a standby list. So if you didn't get a chance to, you should have, if you plan to take an exam on site, you should have checked that box and selected a session when you register for the conference.
Yeah.
If you didn't, you should be able to go back in and choose that into your registration. If not, email the support team. When your confirmation email, there should be a support email address in there for the conference, and just say, hey, I'd like to add my name to the first session, which is 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. or the afternoon session from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. The 10 a.m. is always a more popular one because you're done at 2 p.m., right? And you're not sitting around taking exams at 7 p.m. And if I remember correctly, I believe that is also Super Bowl Sunday.
It is.
Yes, it is.
Yes, and I've heard rumors. Yeah, I've heard rumors that there might be some sort of Super Bowl event there. I don't know. We'll see.
As far as we know, there's the welcome drinks, but I don't know. Usually, on Super Bowl Sunday, they'll just have the game playing during then.
Yeah. That may have changed, so don't hold me to it. But in the partner pavilion, yes. If I'm wrong, I'll buy you a drink in the partner pavilion. How's that?
You mean ask for a free drink and give it to us?
Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
Did you know that Jonny and I managed to get a mini fridge for our podcast?
Oh, for your podcast station or booth or whatever?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I guess I'm going to have to stop by there then.
I requested one, and Freeman took it seriously.
Someone signed it off.
Hey, yeah. Well, we'll see what they charge you for it. I'll definitely stop by and, I'm not drinking much these days, but
we're gonna have for during the day. We're gonna have mostly just like different waters and that stuff, but we'll have a bottle or two of Jack Daniels in that.
Yeah, I mean, there's water in beer, right? So
yeah, exactly. Water in every beverage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So these are just some highlights, or some stuff about that Sunday. The main things are
2 sessions.
Yeah, the 2 sessions. We do limit the time that exams can start, and we don't want somebody to come and sit down at 4 p.m. and launch a 3-hour exam or a 4 exam, right? Yep. Because we have to be out of those rooms at a certain time because the competition want to cut them down, and so we kind of monitor that. And we watch that stuff like that as well. You will need to have your conference registration complete. It does open on Sunday morning for conference attendees. And it's usually early. It's usually like 8 or so. I tried to find the schedule and I can't find it. So, you should be able to get your badge and then come right up. It's not that far. We're in the same rooms as we were, is that 3 years ago now? Basically right there, the 200s, 201 on level 2. And there'll be signage, and in the booklet that you get, there's always a conference map in there. They can find it, and then make sure you just bring some form of government ID, driver's license, passport, whatever you might have. And then, like I said, we'll work out the details of the CSWE event. The software will tell you if you insist that you qualify for it. We'll have some staff there too that we can log in and verify it really quick and fix whatever the issue is. But yeah, it's pretty simple. We'll offering the full roster of exams. You can go on to I don't know what the next page is, but I know if you go onto this conference site.
This is the virtual test takers.
Yes. Yeah. So these are the exams. This is on the website. If you go to the 3D Experience World site, there's a pull down up there that says certification, and you can see the different groups that you'll be in. Hopefully it's pretty self-explanatory. On site means you're there. Virtual will be the people that come the week after. And then students are student no matter what they are, if they're on site or virtual. But again, virtual will come after the event is over. Stuff. But we're basically opening everything up for on site. So that's a hint for people in the future. If you want to achieve some of those top level exams that we just never give away, plan to make it to 3D Experience World in the future.
It is a good incentive because
massive.
You get to celebrate it with like-minded people as well.
Yeah, and then you get to go to the event on Monday night too, which is kind of fun. I remember that was one of the first things I asked when I passed my CSWP exam way back when in 2006 or 2007. If I passed, do I get to go to the event on Monday night? And so it's always been built into it. It's always the way they did it, and it just worked out that way. So of course. So, but yeah, so all the desktop exams and a full roster of the 3D Experience, the platform exams you come poke around and take them. I mean, a lot of these are associate level exams for the platform, so which means they're short. They're only like maybe 2 hours or less.
Yeah.
And so you can sit there and go through as many as you want.
Yeah,
no cost to you.
Yeah, it looks like so you can do the CSWP there.
Yes. Yep.
So maybe Luke can switch to that one.
Yeah, and make sure you take because we do have the 3D Experience SolidWorks now, right? Which is the connected version of SolidWorks.
Yes.
That is based on 3D Experience SolidWorks, not on the desktop version. So there is some confusion there, but they are, they're named as such. And I know there's some confusion with names, stuff like that. So, so it's always fun to see afterwards what people choose, especially with the once the virtual event comes around, we just see everything, and that'll be. Probably 5,000 or 6,000 exam takers that'll be taking those exams over those couple of years.
That'll be really good.
Yeah, so it's always fun. This year, we're hoping for more. So we don't know what we'll see, but we'll see. See how it goes.
That's awesome. See, Toby's joined us here tonight. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah. So so his podcast, his live event this morning was at 6 a.m. my time, and so sorry I couldn't make it, but I don't know. I'm just waking up at that time.
Yeah, aren't we all?
Yes. Well, yeah. It's the afternoon for you guys, right?
It's 8:00 in the evening for us.
Yeah, evening. Yes. In fact, so you guys, I think you're Formula One fans, right? I think.
I like the Netflix version of it.
That's coming out on the 24th of this month, I think, is the next season. But anyways, our Las Vegas Grand Prix this year in November doesn't start until 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, because of us.
Yeah. Yes, to support you guys over in the Europe. So, but it's also a Saturday night, 11 o'clock race down the Las Vegas Strip at nighttime. Should be rather spectacular.
Oh, yeah, they're doing it in Vegas this year.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Saturday night, 11 o'clock race.
So have you got tickets to actually go and watch it?
Tickets are expensive. They're calling it so it's looking like it's going to be more expensive to attend the Vegas race than it will to attend the Monaco race.
Yeah.
So that gives you, So it gives you some idea. Although they're saying they're going to release more tickets that will be more affordable. Basically, the 4-day grandstand pass is $2,500.
Jonny, didn't you go and watch Formula One at Silverstone?
Yeah, I did Silverstone.
What'd you guys pay?
I was looking at going this year, and a 3-day grandstand pass is like £450.
Yeah, ours is $2,500.
Yeah, it's a lot, but Vegas is like a hell of a lot.
Yeah, and the hotel rooms, we weren't even talking about the hotel room costs. So put it this way, the Wynn is offering $1 million package if anybody's interested, where a private jet flight to the race, their villa, a butler, and everything else in prime seating. So I'm sure there's
a group meeting
that can take advantage.
That's absolutely nuts.
Yeah. So anyway,
technically Heather raced the F1 then. She ran down the strip at night time.
Yeah. So and again, not to get too off topic, but it's it'll be a big thing here. I mean, they're really embracing it.
Todd's a genius. Just expense it, you know.
Yeah. Good luck with that. Well, I'll try. I'll tell you, if I can, I'll take Todd. How's that?
Just ask for a non-itemized receipt.
Yes, yeah. As locals, I'm sure there's gonna be places we can just go peek through a fence somewhere, and so we'll see. But so that basically those are the offerings that we're having for that day. Again, we put everything on there. We just we wanted to just make it as advantageous as possible. We hope that certification is a big part of the event, and that people like to come take advantage of it.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of like, it feels like it's a part of it. It needs to be there.
Yeah. And we've always, over the years, we've done our whatever we can to make it, to expand it as much as we can, to offer it to more people, and to really open it up. And so this should be fun. I mean, we should hopefully hit some big numbers from this year. Just in participation. That's all we're looking at. The certification that are earned, that's kind of like a side effect of it. But we just want to see a lot of people get opportunity.
Yes. So, I mean, the big advantage of being that CSWE and getting it was that you get to go to the event.
Yes. And so we've
the famous CSW event.
Yeah, so we've been planning this since October, and I always love getting that call from the events team, Byron, and we're with a new girl named Kristen this year, who's new to the team. But there's all the familiar people are there. They always bring us such great options. The most difficult part is trying to choose the best one. And so you can go to the next slide. It is on Monday night. First of all, it's the shirts, I guess we can. So it's all part of it.
Your shirts.
Yeah. So the first CSWP was issued back in 1998, and so 1998 to 2023 is 25 years, right? So we're actually celebrating the 25th anniversary of CSWP this year.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and so this year we'll start producing some numbers and talking about some numbers of where it's gone and where it started and how it kind of grew and numbers are impressive. So the shirt,
it's always a fun thing. I think last year you were going through some of the numbers, so it'll be exciting to hear some of the numbers again.
So we'll talk about we'll be talking about those during the conference itself. But we wanted to make sure the shirt was, and this shirt has been planned since before last year actually. So the shirt does have the CSWP logos, and let me tell you, digging up that 1998 logo was not easy. Okay, we were able to find it in somebody in Japan, the Japan office, the Tokyo office, that had it on their computer.
Going through piles and piles of floppy disks.
Yeah, because nothing was as collaborative as it is today, right? So now, for my team, especially, we have it all stored in 3D Drive, and it's accessible. We don't have to ask each other. We just go get it. But back then, we were all carrying around, or thumb drives weren't even around, right? So luckily, we were able to get it. We had to verify the color codes and stuff like that, because some of those colors are pretty historic and go back a long ways as well. But so we thought we just wanted to celebrate that, because 25 years of that certification that has changed so many lives of people is something to celebrate. And
definitely.
And even though it's not the CSWP event anymore, it's where the roots of the event are based in that. I mean, that's where it came from. It's where it grew from. And the first one was back at a little pool hall with about 25 people.
That's great.
And it culminated in San Diego with 800 people on the Enterprise. But we'll see. We'll be back there someday. So so these will be the shirts that we'll give out. These will be given out on Monday during the CSWE event registration process. We're limited on shirts, so please don't email asking me to mail you one. Don't ask a buddy to bring one back for you, because we're going to be very strict on just the people that are getting the shirts.
You got to be there to get it.
Yeah, and it'll be another 25 years till we do something like this, right? But even CSWE is, it's only 15 years. It's 13 years old basically. So it's, this is a really, I don't want to say collector's item, or maybe we'll use a new term, NFT, right? Maybe one of those fancy things. Maybe you can sell it. Somebody, if you do, please give us a cut. So we'll be handing those out on Monday afternoon as well.
Awesome.
Yep.
Excellent. And it's all sponsored by the event, Solid Professor.
Yes, yeah. So they'll be giving out some swag there as well. Lots of Solid Professor shirts.
More shirts.
They are providing access to their certification training modules, if you will, for both, for the virtual people, because it's too hard to do with the on-site people, right? Because they just kind of show up. But they're also going to be giving away some full memberships at the event itself, and there are three or four of them I think they're giving away there. And so this stuff is, we don't just they don't just throw some money at us to put their name on the event. The reason I like working with them is because their product is good. It's done really well, and we've proven in the past and seen that people who go through their training for certifications pass the certifications at a much higher rate than people who don't.
Yeah.
So it's valuable.
I need to have a conversation.
Yeah. So whereas the average test taker is about 60% pass, they're in the 90s. So it's substantially higher. But also part of it is that when you're invested in at that level, it makes sense. But also it's just good content. So so they'll be there at the event as well. And be giving away some stuff. And this is where it's at. So it's at a place called Pins Mechanical, and it's in the I can't remember what it's called, some weird part of Nashville right there. The funny thing about this place is that it's kind of walkable, but it's easily. Uber is definitely easy. I don't remember if there's scooters in Nashville or not.
There is.
There is scooters, but they're cut off at a certain time.
Oh, okay. Well, if they're available, it's definitely scooterable, if that's a word. But we will have a buses. I think we have 2 buses. The oddball part about this is that there's a hockey game on Monday night, literally, I think across the street or somewhere right there. So the path that the bus usually takes to get back to the convention center will be closed because of the hockey event. So they're going to drop off. They're going to drop off at different spots.
So Pins is there. There's the convention center. Yeah. That's where the hockey game will probably be. So it's a short walk. There's a McDonald's somewhere.
Gulch. Thanks, Todd. It's in the Gulch. Yeah. So it's walkable, and we're going to test that walkout on Friday or Saturday when we get there for it.
Yeah, I think we did a dinner with the Magic Wheelchair folks, Chinlu in the Gulch, and it was a 5-minute walk. We walked up there around past the McDonald's. It was almost in this exact same place, actually.
Yeah, as long as
I
it's not
think it
raining
was
and cold.
further.
No, it was somewhere here.
Yeah.
So we walked past the McDonald's and then it was somewhere here.
Okay. So everyone's here. Certainly, they don't have to take the bus. They're welcome to go there directly there and wait. Doors will open at 7:00, and and we'll go to 11. So
Cool.
it'll be a little bit late night. Actually, a little bit later than the Tuesday night events, but it's quaint. A couple hundred people at the most is what we're expecting. So it won't be overly packed, stuff like that. And it's a cool venue. If you go look at some of the pictures that they have on site, on their site.
You got the pictures here.
Yeah, duck pin bowling, the video arcade games, pinball machines, even for some of the old pinball machines that only take coins that they can't convert to be free. They're going to have people there with buckets of coins. Please don't take the coins if you're there, because we have to pay for them. But it looks like a really great place. And the food menu, I didn't put anything about the food, but the menu that the team kind of picked and sorted out sounded really good. I mean, of course, it's always going to be very high carbohydrates, right? Like it's some of this stuff is kind of interesting there. Yeah, so, their motto is great, right?
This is great.
That's perfect.
So the motto for them is great. So it looks like a very fun place that they don't take things super seriously, which is good because that's kind of how I kind of look at this crowd as well. We're unserious engineers, if you will, right? Especially on nights when there's alcohol involved.
Hello.
Yeah, and we will have a specialty cocktail, the ginger spice. So you guys might have seen that on Twitter a couple of weeks ago. It's a picture of ginger.
I thought that was for next year's World.
No, it's just for well, I was wrong on the date. There's no edit button on Twitter yet.
No, damn Elon.
Yes, it's coming, right? So yeah, it's a bourbon-based drink, which I thought was kind of fitting for the area, right?
Yep. Perfect.
I don't know that I've honestly ever tasted bourbon, so that's how much of a non-drinker I am. So, okay, is Jack Daniel's, is it bourbon or whiskey?
It's a bourbon.
Tennessee whiskey.
No, it's a bourbon.
No, I've got a special bottle tonight, Kirby, so that might be why.
Okay, so I'm not. So
it's all
don't come
bourbon.
asking me for drink advice.
So the main difference between a bourbon and a whiskey, is that a bourbon is distilled in a brand new barrel, where whiskey is distilled in a used barrel.
Okay. Well, there you go. So I'll forget that 10 minutes after this call ends. But so anyways, it sounded kind of neat. Plus it has like a caramel apple sucker thing in it, which is that. I mean, that's what kind of attracted me. I don't know. So, but so we'll have that, and then of course beer, wine, soda, and lots of food and stuff like that. So come with
lots of. I need to make sure I hit that food because that's always my problem is that I talk too much.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I miss out on the food.
Yeah, just head for the food, then go plant yourself somewhere. Let people.
And then I'm just like, oh well, liquid diet it is tonight.
Yeah, and as far as I know, this is
Johnny has to carry me home.
Yeah, it's a single floor event, so there's no upstairs like last time.
No stages.
No, no, there's not. So we're just gonna have the house music and stuff like that. But yeah, it should be a fun event. Again, I think buses will start departing like about 6:45, but just feel free to make your way there. The way the hotels are around there, it's probably a shorter walk for most people from their hotel there.
Yeah, our hotel's across from the Omni.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
I mean,
yeah. So, but
and we'll probably end up all in Broadway afterwards anyway.
Yes. Yeah, one of the bars. Yeah. So that's the CSWE event. We're excited to welcome everybody back and have some fun with it and see how it goes.
Sounds like we got some exams to take, Kirby.
Sounds like you've got some exams to take, Johnny.
Do you have CSWE?
Not yet. Do you have any?
You've got an exam to take.
I remember having this conversation last year, and it's been a year now.
Yeah, Johnny. It was that was your challenge. Was you can get certified next year. It was something about this time next year. You should be certified, Johnny. Are you certified?
What? I tell you what, Mike. I'll make a deal for the 25th year of CSWP. I will get it in that year.
Oh, in that year. Okay, so he's got 11 more months to go. Then I guess.
Yep.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you pass it later on the year, you can retroactively come to the CSWE events. If that's possible. We'll try to have another one for you or something.
Yeah, I like Marty McFly.
There you go. Yes, then you can go at that point.
Yeah, nice.
So,
So
yeah.
your Lego collection's grown.
Yeah, it's so. I don't know if you saw this one. This is hard to do here. This one here. That was the biggest one I've done. So this one I bought. I would say about a week after I got back home from being in the hospital with my broken leg, and there wasn't much else to do when you have a broken leg. And I live in a 2-story house, and I think I was making my way upstairs at that point because my bedroom's upstairs, and luckily I didn't fall and break my other leg doing that. But I bought that thing and I just sat there for hours every night, and it just slowly came together. It took a while to get that one, so that was pretty fun. And then I just recently finished the Eiffel Tower, the big one that's about 5 feet tall or so, 4.5 feet tall.
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter earlier.
Yeah, that was a challenge. It wasn't as this one was much more fun because that one is the Eiffel Tower is so repetitive.
You got 4 of everything, really, at least.
Exactly, because so you have the 4 beams, right? But then there's on each side of the beam, there's these 2 things, so it's like 8 of everything.
Oh man!
Yeah, a lot of people say it is quite repetitive, but I'm quite impressed with their part count, their part usage in that.
Yes, yeah. I forget what it's called, but the way they use things to angle things and mount things is pretty impressive.
Yep.
Yeah, like the arc underneath the first level is roller coaster track
the roller coaster track. Yeah.
And for some of like the barriers, they're using little sausages.
Yeah, they're all around the thing. Yeah, but and it was fun to put it around. So yeah, these are all the ones that I have in here. In fact, I was just at the Lego store yesterday looking to see, what's after 3D Experience World, what's kind of next. And really, the only big set that I haven't built is the Coliseum. And that's another 9,500 piece.
Yeah, that's another very, very repetitive build because each little section is exactly the same.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's for me. It's like the Titanic helped me out when I was just I could sit there. My leg was fine. I wasn't in any pain. It was a nice way to kind of release. But even just it's a nice way to just kind of detach.
Yeah.
From work during the nighttime sometimes, and it's fun. So
I mean, it's very interesting to see that you've got it on an IKEA shelf as well.
Yes,
which is the exact same IKEA shelves that I use.
Yeah, there's one. Oh, you can't. Find the plotter here. It's there. I have another shelf for future expansion, right? But and if you look at I think in the Twitter photo with the Eiffel Tower, it's sitting on an IKEA table as well. So it's the thing's gigantic. There's it wouldn't fit on one of these.
Yeah, it's really like a centerpiece type of build.
Yeah,
I've just I'll grab it in a minute. I've just finished the retro spaceship.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The 90-year one, and I've got over there. I've still got to build it. Is the Lego Office set?
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
That.
Yep. Yeah, I still have a few.
Fun.
I have a few laying around. I have the R2-D2 and the Death Star. What was the Death Star? The Millennium Falcon and the giant battle cruiser, whatever it's called.
Oh yeah, the Star Destroyer.
The Star Destroyer. But I'm kind of leaving brand new in the box. I have these grand dreams that 25 years from now they're going to be worth millions of dollars, right?
Well, the Star Destroyer that's retiring. I think very very soon. So you won't be able. I'd get another. The Millennium Falcon, I don't think it's going to be as valuable because it's been in circulation for so long.
Oh, okay.
It'll still be worth a bit, but not as much as the original one.
Yeah,
the AT-AT is also a good one too.
Yeah,
that might go up.
For what's funny is there's the original. If you Google original Lego castle kit, yellow castle kit from like 1979, 1980.
Yeah.
That thing today is worth. I've seen it like as much as like $10,000-$20,000.
Yeah.
New in the package. I got that for Christmas in 1979.
Oh wow.
And as a kid at that time, I was chatting with a friend the other night, telling her that I wish I would have kept it, but at one point I had converted the thing and built a drive-in movie theater for my Hot Wheel cars, complete with a giant stack of bricks that I used. Remember whiteout?
Yeah.
In the bottle with the brush, I actually painted it white to make the screen white for the Hot Wheel cars. So, I wish I would have kept those, but it was fun making a drive-in theater though. So, anyways, but Yeah, they're fun sets, and from an engineering standpoint as well, that's why I love the Technique stuff more, is because you see all the mechanisms, the drives and stuff like that,
Yep.
how it all works.
Have you done any of the Technic supercars?
I just can't get into the cars. I have, you can see them over here, up at the top up there, over here.
Oh, you got the Porsche there.
Yeah, but the cars to me are just, they're not Lego to me. I don't know why.
The only one that I've liked is the Lamborghini Sian. That's the one that I've got.
Yeah, I was looking there. They're the Ferrari one that was. I can't justify
the Daytona.
Yeah, it's almost the same price as the Coliseum. I think it's pretty expensive, which I'm sure they're paying for the licensing and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean they kept me a lot busier than the one thing I like about the supercars is their box designs, because they spend a lot of time perfecting the boxes, because it's coming from high-end brands. It's not just like a box with bags in it.
No.
The packaging is really good.
Maybe if they release a Max Verstappen Red Bull Formula One kit, I'll buy that one. So definitely.
Well, they've got the McLaren.
Yeah, I'm not a Lewis Hamilton fan though, so.
The Technic is really cool. Keeps me busy. So you got the big, I think it's Libra.
Yeah, the
Libra, the
motor
crane.
right here.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They I don't know. You can probably try and get it secondhand. But there was that big, massive digger that they did.
The rotating, I forget what it's called, the rotating things on it. I'm hoping I want to be a tower crane, because that's from an engineering standpoint, that's my favorite kind of invention out there, is the tower cranes. And in Vegas, they're up all the time, because that's what they build the hotel and stuff with. And
Yeah, the big counterbalance.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see one that's 6 feet tall, with the motorization, stuff like that.
I mean, you could probably build your own with the pieces that you get in the what do you call it? The Eiffel Tower.
Yes, yeah. And there's a lot of people that have made their own kits and they sell the plans online and stuff like that. But I don't know, it's easier when it all kind of comes together in one kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, we'll throw some Legos at a future CSWB event or something like that. Or, you guys weren't, I forget where you guys were there, but in 2010, Solidworks World 2009 in Orlando, we had a Lego-like event with another company that does similar type of toys, and we just put all these stuff out on the table, and there was a challenge to build all these tracks and stuff, and it was kind of fun watching 300 engineers play with Legos.
So yeah, I mean, we got DriveWorks to sponsor us a couple of boxes of Lego to have at our podcast table, so anyone that just sits and joins us can dig in, build stuff, keep your hands busy.
Yeah. I remember the Hive people had a guy over there last time. Didn't you remember?
Dallas. Brick
Nick.
They did the
Brick and Nick
Solidworks logo.
Yes, the Solidworks logo. And then we had that same year, we always have a signature item, right? Or we used to?
Yeah.
It was a gigantic, the wall was the CSWE or CSWP logo that was 5 feet long and about 3 feet tall. The thing was gigantic. We had to ship it down there. So yeah, we've done some stuff in the past, but do you ever watch Lego Masters? No.
The guy that was building the Lego Solidworks logo, he just won the latest season of Lego Masters.
Nice. Yeah. Now there's a career we got to get into, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
They don't have 3D Experience World, so I mean, I'm sure they have Lego World or something. Maybe, who knows? I don't know, but
there's I think here in the UK they call it Brickfest.
Brickfest. Okay. Yeah, actually, they had one here not too long ago in Vegas. I didn't.
It would definitely be in Vegas.
Yeah,
it's the kind of city that gets all the cool conventions.
It's you would think, right? But it gets expensive here. So a lot of them they kind of go off other ways, but we get our fair share of interesting conventions that's for sure. So I think CES was here last week or the week before.
Yep.
Yeah, but I mean, this is what I like about 3D Experience World, is that it doesn't have a home. It travels every year. It's always somewhere different.
I like the years when it was where we didn't go back to the. I don't want to say. I guess I can't say that. I was saying we didn't go back to the same place, but where we did go back to the same place multiple years in a row. And I know this is kind of working out weird the way it is here, but I don't know. I'd like to go back to some of the old school places. Go back to San Diego.
Yes.
San Diego was my favorite.
Orlando.
Yeah, Orlando. Swan and Dolphin, Orlando. Or even what was I going to say? I don't know. So anyway, San Diego, different. Even Anaheim. And Anaheim was a weird year. It was in 2010 when the economy was kind of and so things kind of strange. I'd like, and California Adventure was basically under like reconstruction at that time.
Yeah.
So I would love for if Byron, if the events team is watching, and I know they probably are. I'll do anything to go. If we can go to Anaheim and have the offsite event at California Adventure.
What do you mean they probably aren't?
Well, because it's just me.
You just send this to everybody in the team and tell them this is a mandatory meeting.
Yeah. So I'm lucky that I get to be a part of it. So those guys, they do all the hard work, and they do. I think it's great what they get to do.
But like, to be fair, like, if it's in Vegas, that'll be absolutely awesome. But like, at some point, I want to go to Vegas on my own. When they put it in these little cities, these smaller cities that, for some of us that are kind of like wouldn't be our first pick to go to.
Yeah.
It allows us to explore places that we wouldn't have gone to before. Like, we're super happy to go back to Nashville because we just loved it so much.
I mean,
that makes sense because especially coming across the ocean and stuff like that from a different country, that does make sense. Yeah. I was looking forward to Atlanta. And the offsite event there was, it should have been pretty big. Should have been pretty cool at the stadium there. Yeah.
It was going to be at the Mercedes Stadium.
Yeah, and they have that really crazy roof there, and I don't know if it was part of it, but to take a tour there and get up and go see that would have been pretty cool,
Especially as a group of engineers.
Yes.
I would have nerded out about that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, if you guys do come out to Vegas, plan to come around, the fall time, and we'll take you guys to a Raiders game, American football.
Sure.
And you can watch them, football. You can watch them touch the ball with their hands. Even though
some hand egg.
Yeah, some hand
egg. You know what? I actually like American football, Kirby. It's just really at an inconvenient time for the UK audience.
Yeah. So
only the weirdos stay up that late.
So so the game, you're just seeing the game. So going to a game is a different experience. So let's say a game starts at, say, 1:15 in the afternoon. We're there at 9 a.m.
Tailgates
in the parking lot.
But that's the thing is like going as a tourist, kind of just to go to an NFL game, you don't experience that kind of like the local experience of it. You kind of just go to the game and you watch it. No, but I mean, it's definitely.
I was born in the wrong country.
Both were.
Well, I'm sure it's similar to going to like a football match there that you guys have. Some of the big popular ones.
Not so much. They're so controlled by the police and that stuff.
I've never, had a cookout in a car park with a load of beers at 9 a.m. at a football ground. Put it that way.
Yeah. They have to they have to make sure that the fans go in at different entrances and take different trains to separate the fans just getting to the stadiums.
Because they'll fight with each other.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, so here, and that does happen at U.S. football games here, but I will say this in Las Vegas, especially, is the police department here, the sheriff's department. They know how to manage these large events. Yeah. Like for New Year's Eve, I was down on the trip for New Year's Eve. My sister was here in town, and there was probably 250,000 people on the street that night drinking. Yeah. The only rule is no cans, no glass. That's the only rules. And then same thing at the football games. I've never seen, knock on wood, any big problems, stuff like that, because the cops just kind of make it fun. And there's fans from both sides interacting, coming by, where my seats are, the guy in front of us, he always usually sells his seats, and the same behind us. And it's always fun to just ask them how much they pay for their seats,
Yeah. I mean, I think football here is it's such a lifestyle. It's people's like day-to-day lives. Yeah. They work and they football. That's it.
Yeah.
It would be like, I've always enjoyed the idea of going to cities and just being shown around by a local, doing those kind of things with locals, because you get to experience it completely different. Like I can go anywhere in America and have like a Texas barbecue, but I'd rather, I would absolutely love to go to someone's house and just have a backyard barbecue in Texas.
Yeah,
like Brad.
And that's true of everything here. So for my team, we use the conference as an opportunity to get together and meet as a group because all of us are spread around the country, and so we only see each other basically once a year. And so we're going to be in Louisville, Kentucky.
Nice.
That week for the few days, and we meet and we have hotel rooms and we literally like meet in one of our hotel rooms. We get the sheet off the bed and pin it to the wall and bring a projector, and that's where we sit and we plan our whole year. And we look back at how we did, what we did, and what we need to change, and kind of plan out our year. And then, we obviously have dinner, and we try to do something as a group. This year, I'm going to try and see if I can take him to tour, like a distillery tour somewhere.
In Kentucky, you've got Maker's Mark. It's the nearest bourbon distillery.
Is it? So I know one of the guys on my team is Avellino. He's a big bourbon guy. And so he found a place. He's like, this would be a cool place to go here. So it's like a small distillery.
Yeah. Yep. What was it? Joe? No, not Joe. Jose went to Maker's Mark, and he says when you do the tour there, you dip the wax in your bottle yourself, and you get to keep your bottle.
Yeah. Yep. Part of the tour.
I might try and do that.
We get to bottle our own bottle, I guess, as well.
Oh, nice.
So
nice.
Yeah, Jack Daniels, they give you tasters, and like you would think they'll give you just a little bit. No, they'll give you like half a tumbler glass, and drink that. And the funniest thing is when we were doing it, like Jonny and I I think we tried 4 different whiskeys, and and I drove. The couple next to us. A man and his wife sitting there, and like they handed her. He got his one, and she got hers. He drank his, and she just like looks at him and gave him her one.
Yeah, she didn't like bourbon, so she was just handing it off to him.
Yeah, well, hey, they can tell who the lush is right away, right?
So I mean, that's why this time. That's why this time we're staying over.
Yeah, finding some time to recover from that is a good thing. There's a place here in Vegas. It's called Lost Spirits, and I think they're a rum and brandy and something other, like a local distillery. And they have the tours, and they make it there, and they do this weird thing where they have these lights like shining on the jugs or whatever. It's like to help distill it or something. I don't know. So
all right, man.
It's kind of weird, yeah. And so we went in there, and you stop all these little stations, and you taste it. So the first one was rum, and they said, well, this one's a little strong for today. So, if you don't want to finish it, you don't have to finish it. And it was like 198 proof or something like that.
Ooh.
170, it was high.
Go for it.
Took a sip, and it was like the first one. I was with a colleague, and we're like, okay, I'm gonna be the tasting guy today, and I'm gonna participate, right? And so it's only 6 shots, so it shouldn't be that bad. So I just downed the whole thing.
Yeah, but 190% proof, that's like 4 shots in one.
Yeah, and it burned my throat pretty for the rest of the day. So, but I don't know. It's neat to see that kind of stuff. I guess.
Well, in South Africa, we get an alcohol called straw rum, which is 80% alcohol, so 160 proof. And they sell that in bars and that stuff. And that's the kind of drink that you get there really late and all your mates are already on it. And you kind of want to catch up.
Yeah. Yeah. Needless to say, that was about the one and only shot they did the whole time I was there. But
I tell you what, if we're in Vegas next year, this is where the CSW event should be. Because this place looks incredible.
Oh, you're looking at the Lost Spirits? Oh, yeah.
It's like a circus. And
yeah. It's a neat place. It's very Vegas-ified, if I can say that. And it's next to this, So that place is neat because when you're sitting in that area, so the theme is you're supposed to be like on a submarine, and the way they've done the thing, you almost feel like you're on a submarine.
They should call this the British package. That's so cool.
Just book it now, Mike. Get it booked.
Yeah, I mean it was a cool place. It's next to this place called Area 50. So it's called Area 15. It's a play on the Area 51 thing.
Yeah, Area 15, Las Vegas.
Yeah, and so they have this they actually have like the ultimate bar there out front. You sit in like this ring of like, they're like car seats because they strap you in with seat belts. And there's a table in front of you and there's a bartender in the middle. And this whole thing goes up and spins like, I don't know, probably 30 feet in the air. And you're just outside sitting 30 feet in the air on this platform in car seats drinking.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's kind of neat. So yeah, it's a really cool place. And they have a few other things there as well. But definitely, if you're into like that kind of alcohol and stuff like that, it's that's what they sell. Interesting enough, at the time we went, they didn't actually sell any there yet. They were because it just I think we went on like the second day they opened or something like that. Or previews. But yeah, I mean, tasting all these different things, and they take all around these little carts and stuff like that. It's pretty neat.
That's really good. There's nothing better than drinking with magicians. Trust me.
Day drinking with magicians.
Like I used to work with a guy that was a magician, and he was amazing. Like
you never failed to surprise me, Kirby.
And like he would just walk up to you and do a magic trick. He just had shit in his pockets, and he could just do tricks wherever. Going to a pub with him was a blast. Like, he just talks to anybody and just starts doing tricks and getting free drinks. So it's just like, that's great.
That's the best benefit, right? Of taking somebody like that. So, definitely. If you guys make it out here, I'm hoping to get back to the UK this year as well. Maybe we'll see what happens.
Definitely let us know then.
Yeah, I mean, Rachel's in the UK next week. Going to be hanging out with her. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, I haven't seen her in a while.
Yeah, if you're in the UK, let us know. We can organise user group meetings and that stuff, and then you can tour the country.
Yeah, so that's what we're hoping to do is to get back there and start marketing the program again. User groups have always been a good asset for us to generate some numbers at, and so we'll see. There's some things changing that work, so we'll see what the year has and has in store for us to see if we can get there. But we're looking forward to Nashville in the meantime.
For sure.
Hopefully the weather is a little bit nicer this time, not raining.
It wasn't too bad.
It rained well. So
it was snowing the day before.
Yeah, it snowed. Right? Because we registered late last year, so there's like internally when the registration comes out for employees, it's almost like a bit of a battle royale, if you will, because they only reserve so many rooms for employees at the different hotels to allow for the conference attendees to have access to those hotels, right? Yeah. And so there's always like the primary or the prime hotel, right, which is the Omni in Nashville. So last year, I don't remember what happened, but we weren't able to register until later in the day, and I got stuck at a hotel like a mile away, or at least 3/4 of a mile away. So I was walking every day. So I was walking to the conference center 3/4 of a mile, then walking all day, and then walking back. And it rained like 2 or 3 of the mornings, and then even one of the evenings it rained, and it's just miserable to have to walk in there.
Yeah, like in Vegas, not Vegas, LA, both times the hotel was kind of in the middle of downtown, so it was quite the walk. But then in Dallas, when we were at the Omni that was right at the convention center, it was a game changer, absolute game changer. And then
speak for yourself.
But there were scooters. There were scooters.
Yeah, the scooters, and they had the walkway from the hotel to the convention center too that you could take across. It was super convenient.
And then last Nashville we were in the Omni, which is across the road, which was fantastic. This time we're in the Drury, which is basically walk through the Omni and then cross the road.
Oh, okay. So we got in lucky. So we were watching it, and we don't get any insight into when they're going to, open employee registration. The events team, they're nice to me, and I'm friendly with them, but nobody gets that, right? So we saw the email come through, and like we're literally texting each other, and it was like 6:30 in the morning or something like that. And so I'm texting the guys, and we're all texting each other, and so luckily we all got 2 or 3 of us got the Omni.
Oh, very nice.
So, I'll be looking forward to that as well.
I don't know.
Yeah, the Omni's great.
Was that Johnny?
I don't know if I'm banned from the Omni after last time.
Oh yeah, yeah. They might be having your picture at the door.
Yeah, don't let this guy in. He walks around the lobby without any shoes or socks on.
Yeah, well, I can see that is the Omni. It's not like a Motel 6 or something. So that makes sense.
Yeah, it was Kirby's fault.
It was absolutely. You were on your own.
You did not use the buddy system and make sure I had safely made it to my room.
Your room was across from the elevator. Mine was miles down the hallway. I left you safe in your room. You left on your own.
Well, there you go. Yep.
I went for ice.
Yeah.
Jonny left his room to get ice. I forgot his key in the room. Went down to the lobby to go and get another key, but realized he didn't. Yeah, he had nothing on him, no ID. Security had to escort him to the room, open it up so he can go and get his ID and prove he is who he is.
Yeah, I learned long ago with the amount of hotels that I stay in is two things: is to take a picture of your room number when you first get there, because you're going to forget. Because I'll walk away and I'll have because I don't like to carry the little card holder that has the room number, because if you drop that with your keys in it,
it's like
where to go.
Both are gone.
Yeah, let's go. So that's one thing, and then the other thing is to verify that the keys are working before you leave the desk, because in San Antonio it was a long hotel and they put me at the end of the hallway up one of the floors, and so I'm dragging all this stuff with me. I get there and the keys aren't working. And so now all that stuff, I have to drag it all the way back down to get the keys to work. So, but I don't know. First world problem again.
Well, there was that hotel that I booked Jonny into in Cambridge. Like, it was like walking through to Narnia to get to his room.
Oh, so I don't. Yeah, so I know when we used to go, and when the office was in Cambridge in the town center right there, we used to stay at a place called the Arundel. It was like a little, it was like a house that was converted into a hotel, but the house is, a couple of years old. But I don't know, that place is, there's hallways and all these other things.
Yeah, that was literally this place that Kirby had booked, but it hadn't been looked at or taken care of for a couple 100 years.
Oh, yeah.
And my room was like 4 flights of stairs up, climb up the attic ladder, and then you're like sort of there.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some strange rooms in some of those places. Last time I went, the last time we were there, I did some research and I found on the other side of the city, not too far from where we were having our event and stuff out, there was I think it was it was a Hilton, not a Garden Inn, the one with the cookies, DoubleTree. There was a DoubleTree there.
DoubleTree, yep.
Yeah, and they had proper air conditioning, which is something you guys in the UK don't understand.
Yeah, most places Kirby book doesn't.
Well, it's not a standard thing here in the UK.
It is when I book a hotel.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember I was in a hotel in Paris and down in central Paris, and, a very nice hotel, and it was just there's no air conditioning, and I know it doesn't get hot all the time, but us Americans, we get hot a lot of times. So, but you open the door and it opens to this courtyard, and then all night long, all you hear is all the people in their rooms with their doors open to the courtyard.
Yep.
So it wasn't very pleasant, but so I don't know. We'll see, but I'm sure the Omni will be nice.
It's very nice. Tell them don't book you far, just across from the left. It's a very long hotel. I mean,
that was. I was straight across from the elevator, wasn't it, Kirby? And you were like the very, very far end.
Far end. See,
down around the corner, across the area, just kept walking.
Yeah, I like that because then you're away from the noise of the elevators and stuff.
Yeah, but
the people walk around with no shoes on late at night looking for ice, right? You don't.
Yeah, exactly. They're absolute.
Yeah. So
I mean, in Dallas, when I was checking into the hotel there, because that's quite a nice hotel, and there was a nice view of the city and that stuff, and I said to them, "Give me the room as high, the room on the highest floor you have available with the best view." So cool, we'll put you on the 10th floor.
Mistake.
I was like, yeah, that's great. And then I step aside for Luke to check in, and Luke just says nothing, checks in. It's like, here we go, your room's on the 11th floor. I was like,
you are.
I don't know. I think sometimes they do it on purpose to mess with you. Who knows?
Yeah.
Well, one thing I discovered was that the way the hotels seem to fill up is from the bottom up.
Yeah, because that's the way they clean it.
Yeah. So the earlier you check in, the lower floors you'll get a lower floor. And I checked in at the first Las Vegas World. I checked in quite late, and I got top floor, beautiful views and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And the following year, I got the same hotel, and I checked in at the start of check-in, and I got like the second floor.
Yeah. When I travel, I tend to stay in Hilton's, and so it's all in my profile. I like to stay, high floor away from the elevators. And
Yep.
So for Christmas, when I go visit my family and stuff, I stay in a hotel. It's just easier. And right away they put in the top floor, and I'm down away from the elevator. So I don't know. Who knows? It's weird with conventions, stuff like that. They're trying to space people around and stuff, I'm sure. So
yeah, I know. With that, there's so many hotels that they've booked out, and
yeah, it's a logistical nightmare, but they pull it off every year. So
yeah, I mean they've got a crack team.
Yeah. So what do you guys have planned at the? Are you guys? So you guys are coming to the event on Monday night, I'm guessing, right?
Yes.
So
if you'll have us,
yeah,
If you'll have us, yeah.
I thought I remember we talked something about like maybe broadcasting live from there. I don't know if that I don't know if it's possible. B, I don't know if that's what you want to do. Certainly not for the full event.
we will have the equipment.
If nothing else, we will
the
do
only
a recorded
thing
segment.
Yeah, the thing that we're limited to is internet.
Yeah,
that's our limitation, because our phones, while we're roaming, we get throttled heavily, where like we can't even send pictures. Like we can send messages, but we can barely send pictures on our even though it's connected to 5G, it's throttled.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I don't know what it is there. I mean, the cellular internet service, well, so it's throttle doesn't matter, but tends to be better in the U.S. And in my experience, faster in the U.S. than in the U.K.
Yeah, it is massively.
Yes. Okay, good. I didn't want to say that, but I'm glad you agree with me.
No, it's massively. We are pretty poop.
Yeah, because a lot of people here think it's the exact opposite, and they think it's free. You guys don't pay anything.
No.
So
I mean, there's one word for it. It starts in S and ends in hit.
I'll actually show you. So all we need is just a mic, 2 mics. Like we could do like half an hour of a recorded session that we can upload at a later stage.
Yeah.
Of us just chilling and hanging, because all we need is the soundboard, which we're taking with, mics, which we're taking with, and a laptop, which we can just run off yours, Jonny, and a webcam.
Thanks for volunteering me, Curb.
Well, I don't have a laptop. We're borrowing a laptop at this point from Solidworks. They're supplying our mainstreaming laptop, but we're using the same software to do everything from us. But a few months ago, Jonny joined me at my bar.
This was great fun.
Where we proceeded over 3 hours to get pissed.
And for those of you guys, pissed means drunk.
Yes.
So we start off pretty like coherent, but towards the end, it's just carnage and chaos.
So the same thing can happen at this TBE event. You got to be careful, right? Because this year it was just the one drink. But beer and wine. But yeah. No, so let me know. I mean, definitely, because and I know you guys are going to be you're going to be streaming each day, right? As well. Yep. For those who can't go, I don't know, and I'm not sure what the setup is. It sounds like they're providing you with a station or something, but. Anyways, I'd love to stop by and say hi at some point as well. Yeah,
I mean the setup that we have here, is the setup that we're going with, plus 2 extra mics.
Okay.
And that we're going to have a spot at the Hive, with all of this. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're streaming for I think about 5 or 6 hours, maybe less. Okay. Basically, we're starting at around 11, finishing around 3. So that's about 4 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, 11 till 3:30 is what we're scheduled for, but we've also, thanks to Sean, got a quarter of an hour on the actual SolidWorks Live podcast as well.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, the live.
Go ahead. Sorry. Yeah, the daily SolidWorks Live or whatever's going on there.
Yeah, so after general session, we've got 15 minutes to like take over. They trust us a lot.
Yeah, I got an invite from him to go. For some reason, they want me to stop by. But did you say Monday? You're going to be there Monday from 11 to, what'd you say?
So Monday, 11 till 3:30. Tuesday, 11 till 3:30. And Wednesday, it looks like 9 till 10, 11 till 12:30, and 2:30 till 5-ish. But Kirby is disappearing for his session as well, so I will maybe need a co-host depending on what we're doing.
Monday, the CWA registration is from 11 till 4.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is maybe I'll make it a point to swing by to drop off your guys' wristbands.
Yeah. I mean, sit down with us, have a chat with us, and
quick 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Jonny and I will figure out. We'll see either we do a recorded session or if they have decent Wi-Fi, we can go live off their Wi-Fi network.
Yeah, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of the usual suspects there hanging out that you can hang out and talk with and stuff as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
we'll find a corner and we'll just plonk our stuff.
Yeah. I mean, find a quiet spot. So I think they have outdoor. I don't know.
Well, I mean, our mics are fairly good in noisy areas.
Okay.
I've never tested in a noisy bar. Is one way to find out.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep. They always work out well. So.
But I mean, like the setup that I'm using is a setup that a friend of mine, he's actually in the chat somewhere, Brandon, Rode had a podcast setup, almost exactly the same setup I'm putting up together at 3D Experience World at a Comic-Con, which is a lot busier. And they had, clear audio while they were talking, and they had it connected to a PA system so people around could hear them speaking. So that's the setup we've got for 3D Experience World. So people walking past can actually hear us over speakers. But for your thing, we'll just find a corner, huddle up, have a chat.
Even if we just
have a few drinks.
If we just roam and do a little bit of, just chatting to the general.
Yeah. If not, I'm busy setting up. I've got a gimbal for my phone. I've got like a shotgun mic, which is quite good in noisy areas that we can use as well, and maybe just do a walk around. We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, and you guys are more than welcome to join and stuff. So, there's always every year we always invite some people that aren't TSTBs just to be there with us, stuff like that. We're limited a little bit this year. Trying to keep the number to a healthy level to where we can where we're not I don't want to spend all of Bernard's money. So but we can spend a good portion of it. So we have budget stuff to be mindful of, but we'll still have a good time.
Yeah. No, it should be good. I'm really looking forward to it. There's a bar here. I don't know if you know the brewery, Brewdog.
Yes. Yeah. They just opened a large rooftop Brewdog on the strip here. 2 days for New Year's.
Mike, there's a lot of reasons piling up for me to visit Vegas.
The tough part, we'll go back to your story, was I was trying to figure out to do something. I want to do something like really out of the ordinary for New Year's Eve, because my sister was here with her boyfriend, and it was we're coming up on the 1 year anniversary of my mom dying and me breaking my leg, and then back in August I was actually in the hospital for like a minor stroke as well. So it was a bad year for me. And so I just wanted to start the year out doing something different. And so we looked at we looked at places to go on the strip, and we didn't want to be down with the people on the ground. We wanted to be somewhere up in an event, but and Brewdog was one of the options. That's one of the reasons I know about it. But there was some controversy or something about them opening their place or something. I don't know. So it was in the news, but.
No, the owner, he's always about creating controversy and that stuff with his beers. But Jonny and I have shares in Brewdog.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And they've opened up the largest pub in the UK, or the largest Brewdog in the UK.
Wow.
And they've got duck pin bowling.
Okay. It's a thing. I don't know. Area. Because last year in Atlanta, the event was planned. We were going to be at another duck pin bowling. So I don't know if the events team just went duck pin bowling and they got hooked on it, but it just seemed popular all of a sudden. So at least we didn't miss out on that part. We'll get duck pin bowling this year.
It looks like an awesome venue.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, and it does. It should be fun. Everything it looks really good so far. So we're excited to go see how it is and hang out.
Yeah, it'd be good to catch up for sure.
Yeah. So, So again, we'll be So the key things to remember for people is Sunday testing, 10 to 2 and 3 to 7. If you're not signed up, if you want to stop by, we'll be taking a standby list.
Yeah.
To come by, take some exams, and then Monday night, of course. Monday is the key thing on Monday is to come by and get your T-shirt and your wristband if you're going on Monday night.
Yeah.
Wristband and badge will be required to get on the bus. to make it to go to the event?
Jonny and I will probably walk.
Yeah, so my team will do the same thing. We'll head over there early just to get there early. But it's weird now. It's like I enjoy walking now because it helps. I don't know, it just kind of helps my leg feel better. So I'm walking now more than I did before. So that's on Monday. And then we kind of pretty much finish our stuff, like for the conference, related at that point. But then we spend Tuesday and Wednesday in meetings with people from all over the world, resellers, customers, stuff like that. So but and then like I said, we'll be there Friday. So we'll be around there somewhere. Saturday we'll be setting up computers and stuff. I'm sure I'll bump into people.
I mean, we'll be at the CAD Monkey Dinner. Saturday night. I think we're doing a kind of like a pre-recorded video there. Sunday we're setting up for our podcast. We're going to Target first. I need to pick up a few things. At some point during the week, we're going to be doing a Hot Ones challenge. Don't know if you know Hot Ones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'm guessing it's to do with spicy food, right?
Yeah, I bought their sauces, and that's going to suck.
Kirby hates spicy food, so it's going to suck more for him than me. But I
better
think
you guys
going to
than
be
me.
pretty bad.
But we're raising money for Magic Wheelchair again. And Brad Media has said that if we get to 5,000, he will shave his beard. I don't know if you that magnificent beard. So
Brad,
there's
a lot of hair to shave off.
If you're looking to expense anything.
I won't eat anything hot spicy though. I don't know. My stomach's not like it used to be, I guess.
No. So we're gonna have those, and then Heather's giving us the one chip challenge as well, which we're gonna try out. Hopefully we can try and do this on the first day, so it doesn't like. Or do we do it on the last day? Because if we do it on the first day, it ruins everything. Maybe the last day. We'll see.
Yeah. All I'm saying is at least the podcast booth's close to a bathroom.
Yeah, maybe implement like the Vegas rule. Everyone comes to Vegas and they always go hard the first night, and then the next 3 nights they're in bed by 8:00.
Yeah.
So maybe.
Oh no, we go really hard the first night, but we stay out till 3:00 in the morning anyway. Yeah. After that, and we just shattered.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. Vicky, my partner's, going to be joining us till 3 a.m. Kirby, if I'm brutally honest.
Yeah. We don't have that Rachel card no more. So
no.
Yeah, for me it's because I'm typically out of my hotel room but when Sunday rolls around, I'm usually up at. So Sunday I'll be at the registration when it opens. So I'll be out of my hotel room like 6:30. I'm at the hotel room each morning by 6 a.m. usually, and then I have a personal curfew. I try not to be out later than 11:30. Until maybe like the last night. Tuesday night I might stay a little bit later, but 10:30 is when I try to be back. It's just too long of a day, and you don't want to be, as an employee, you don't want to be running around the next day. Your eyes half shut, and it's not fun for me.
Although the first night we met Sean, we took him out. He was a broken man the next day. And he just had no clue how Jonny and I managed to just we were perky. We were great. We were feeling it.
We bumped into Sean in the corridor and he just looked at us and went, "How do you do this?"
Yeah. I mean, one year. So it was it the first year? It might have been the first year I was with the company as an employee, or maybe not. I think it was because we're at the Swan and Dolphin. It might have bbeen a few years later. But that was the latest I ever stayed up was I had a 7:30 a.m. flight. So I had to leave the hotel like around 6 to get to the airport and check it back, stuff like that. I was sitting down at the bar in the lobby with people chatting until 5:45. So I literally had time to go upstairs, pack all my stuff, go right back down, grab a cab, and get to the airport.
Well, I mean, on the Wednesday night, we were at the diner at like 5:30 in the morning. I was trying to devour a breakfast burrito. Jonny was passing out in his food.
Dude, I was so tired that night.
And we were just we're ready to go home. And Rachel was like, "Nah, she's staying up. She's just staying up." We went home.
That was the one night that we were not the last to bed. It was like we were like, "Nah, I tap out. I give up."
Yeah, I mean, because Wednesday night is always especially when there's been like a central hotel that everybody's staying in a nice bar area. Where it becomes like the default kind of like go-to bar,
Yep.
it is fun, especially on the last night because everybody gets back. It's Wednesday night, and people are, or even I guess Tuesday night after the offsite event. Is everyone's just there? They're they don't want it to end. They're trying to stay up all night and just have a good time and stuff like that. And it's so that's always fun. And I think that's kind of symptomatic or symbolic of the event itself, right? That it's people don't want to leave. It's like they want to come back right away.
Well, I mean, this is why, Jonny, we wholeheartedly use the buddy system so that we make sure we're up on time and we're there on time when we need to be. But we'll stay out as late as we can because we want to make the most of every single minute that we're there.
Yeah. Yes.
Because we get to make so many connections, meet so many new people, catch up with old friends, because the event gets so busy that you'll see a person once and you won't see them again for the whole event. So if we're out and about for most of the time, we get to see as many people as we can, and we get to kind of make the most of our time.
But
I mean, that's kind of like what spawned this whole podcast, is so that we can
we'll
hang out outside of the world.
Yeah,
we'll sleep on Thursday. We'll sleep in the car on the way to Jack Daniels before we start drinking again.
Yeah, what's that? You can sleep when you're dead, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's all. It's fun being a part of all that and stuff like that. So it's again, we're looking forward to getting back and hopefully see a lot of people there. That's the only thing I'm worried about is that and then it's not. I don't know if it's so much that it's health reasons this year, is that it's just budgets and stuff like that. They're expensive right now, and so I understand that. And that's what I was surprised to see, that 50% offer. And I had a buddy here in town that was thinking about going. He said, "Well, he's gone before. He's like, I think I should go." I said, "Yeah." And then they just happened to post that 50% off. I go, I screenshot and sent it. I go, and here's the perfect reason why you should go. And then booked it.
I mean, I think, what was it? Matt and Jesse were asking if a friend of theirs, if the 50% thing was still going on, because they wanted to go because it had that 50% discount.
So this year I've managed to sign 4 extra people up.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so I think it's great. I mean, and again, the team. I know I keep the events team. I keep praising them and stuff like that. They do such a good job of making it as affordable as possible. I mean, if you're going at 50% off, I mean it's
a massive saving.
I have to imagine they're almost losing money on you at that point. So for us, we're responsible to make it worth it as well. So and Solidworks World. I know there's other conferences from other CAD companies, stuff like that, and they're there's new ones coming, stuff like that. But it's nothing. I don't think anything compares to this world. And I think it's because the people that come and the people that help put it together and all this stuff that kind of goes on, and then I don't know. So
I mean, even as a user group leader, it kind of it energizes you. It gets you ready for the next year, and kind of you leave the event wanting to do more meetups and do more events and do more, because you had so much fun. You want to kind of take that energy and show it to your group and be like, let's see if we can try and recreate that same kind of energy.
Yeah, and we've kind of lost that over the last few years. So hopefully this kind of resets that and we get back to all this stuff.
It's been a pretty hard slog the last 2 years, hasn't it, Kirby, as user group leaders to push through without the personal aspect.
Yeah, I miss the hanging out. I'm looking to host a in-person meeting either next month or the month after.
We're actually I'm actually helping to get the group here in Las Vegas back together. We got somebody that's interested in leading it again, and so to relaunch that conference as well.
Was it Heather was saying that was it Bob Dyers, from Vegas. He wants to start up the in-person swag after 3D Experience World.
Yeah, so and again, as we're gonna as a team, hopefully this year we're trying to get back out to some user groups and present. We have so many new exams that that people don't know about, that are good, and that people have access to, especially with the 3D Experience Solidworks stuff. That you can get the maker's version for next to nothing. I think is it $99 a year? I think.
Yep.
$100 a year. So $9 a month or whatever it is. And you can take the exams and learn all this kind of new stuff. That I say new stuff, but it's so 3D Experience SolidWorks is so familiar, so SolidWorks like. It's just like it's just in a different window. It's kind of, I don't know. it's strange that it's something new. But anyway, so yeah, we're hoping to get back out there as well and participate again.
No, it'll be absolutely awesome. And my last little question for you is: do you know where it's going to be next year?
So no, I don't. So I used to. So before COVID, like we knew we had insights into where like the next 5 or 6 were going to be.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they're. I don't want to say how we know, but and then everything just kind of got lost in the shuffle, and I just haven't reached out to the person that always kind of knew or that it kind of helped us figure it out. So I would guess that. I mean, I'm sure Atlanta is probably going to circle back through.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm sure there was some deal done.
We're back in Nashville. Is that because if I remember correctly, we were supposed to go to Nashville 2 years in a row. I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this is like, okay, we'll save it for us this year. So they didn't lose all their money, right?
I wouldn't be surprised because everything was being cancelled because of COVID, and COVID wasn't a clause in many contracts at all.
Yeah.
So you were able to get your money back and that and make deals and that stuff, but after that it was kind of you couldn't make. So yeah, I agree. I wouldn't be surprised if to kind of recoup some of the money that was lost cancelling the event so close. Yeah. That they're going to go back to Atlanta and kind of be like, look, sorry, we cancelled it. We'll come back in 2 years' time.
Yep.
Yeah. And so, that was definitely a possibility. The other cities that I had seen they were looking at, so Las Vegas was one of them. New Orleans, although I heard recently that New Orleans is not the place to go for conventions right now. I think they just had. There was another convention there that somebody went to, another CAD convention, and they said I remember now, he's a customer, and he said, he says, if you're going to attend, if the convention's at a hotel, stay at the hotel, because he says, I guess the area around there is pretty bad. So anyway, so there's new spots. I want to say Houston maybe or something like that. But even looking back out at California again,
California's great. California.
There was an odd one on the list that I don't see ever happening because for various reasons. But San Francisco, I think, was even on there.
San Francisco could be. There's a lot of like makers from that kind of.
Yeah, but that city it's not the place you want to be right now. I guess is a nice way to put it. Especially downtown where the convention center is, stuff like that.
Yep.
But I don't know. Again, since we haven't had this thing for 3 years now. You see the change like in the general session schedule, right? I think it's
Yep.
I do like the general session at the end of Wednesday.
Yep. It keeps people around.
Exactly.
And it gives you a chance to recover.
Yeah, exactly. And the multiple sessions, I don't know. I remember they did it a few years ago, and it just seemed like they split everybody up, so they were just like there was nobody there. It's kind of the feeling I got.
Yeah.
But anyway, so as you see that they're kind of playing around with things, it's a good time to kind of reset. I mean, do they just pick a city and leave it there from now on? I mean, logistically, and from a negotiation standpoint, it would probably be the smart thing to do. Like, hey, we want to sign for the next 5 years. What kind of deal will you give us, right?
Yeah, and for the storage of everything and keep everything there instead of moving it around.
Yeah, but San Diego. I saw that was back on. So I'd like to go to San Diego again. Definitely back to San Diego's my favorite. Yeah. Anaheim would be a fun one. We went that year.
Yep. We all want to go to Disneyland.
Yes. I was just there visiting those guys, the ride engineer guys there. And they have some cool rides there now. I mean, it's...
Yeah, you got the whole, Baku, the Star Wars area.
Rise of the Resistance.
The Rise of the Resistance ride is... in my opinion, the most epic ride that Disney has ever built.
Yep.
I mean, it's multiple rides in one. And it's just, I mean, the experience that you have on the thing, especially growing up in the Star Wars generation, when you're on this ride and not too, I'm sure you can see YouTube videos of it. You're on this ride vehicle going all crazy. Then you kind of go to this door in this large room, and all of a sudden there's 2 giant AT-ATs standing there.
Yeah.
It's like you just can't help but just like, be amazed.
Yeah, it's like it'd be right up.
It's that experience of being in Star Wars.
It's what you felt like. Yeah, I mean it was. Yep. I mean they've done so well doing things. So, but that was just. I mean, I rode that. I went into Thanksgiving time, I spent a whole day there, and then I went to California Adventure. The next day, I went back to Disneyland. I think I rode that ride like 4 times in those 2 days, which is not easy to do, given the lines and how they do the whole, because they don't do Fast Pass anymore.
No,
Yeah, you get those little tickets.
GD Magic.
Pay for the tickets.
Yeah.
So, which now they think they might be changing that as well. But anyway, so yeah, it'd be fun to go back there and do that. But yeah, and those guys are. It's great to see. I mean, we get little bits of insight, here and there. They'll kind of share something like, "Oh, look what we're working on," and stuff like that. And I mean, I could just imagine. I mean, all the work that goes into that stuff. And so, but yeah, so we'll see. I mean, as long as it just doesn't get canceled again, next year or the year after, and all that stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna speak to you tomorrow. We're gonna see what the crack is.
Find out what the crack is, Mike.
Because we did this last year. We got all hyped up the next day.
Yeah, I have my email turned off, so I don't know if I got any emails. But no, I don't see any reason why it wouldn't happen. So and just so everybody knows, we're all pushing. You don't have
any meetings in the next 2 hours, do you, Mike?
No, right? Yeah.
Oh,
we're all pushing. We're pushing full force to make it the best event.
Good.
Possible.
Good.
So.
No, we're absolutely looking forward to it. It's less than a month away.
Yeah.
We're going to try and document as much as possible.
Yes.
Our shenanigans.
Yeah, if you're not going, you're going to miss out. That's all I can say.
I mean, you can take something from it in the virtual version of it.
No, you need to do the in person. It's the full experience.
Yeah, it's always going to be more beneficial to go.
Yeah, we're going to try and bring as much of the. We're going to try and bring as much of the hallway vibe onto the internet for other people to see.
Hallway, so
yeah. Alrighty, well, I guess I'll see you guys in a few weeks. But
yes,
about a month
it's a
away.
perfect little place to leave this.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to follow Mike and his shenanigans, Mike Puckett.
Yeah, mostly SolidWorks. I do some Raiders stuff in there as well, and Las Vegas stuff, but mostly SolidWorks stuff on there, definitely.
No, that's all good. Yeah, you want to know something interesting, Mike? Is that your episodes are the most popular that we get?
Are they?
They are.
I'm suspicious of people hoping they get something for free. I don't know, but I try to excuse it away, and I'm always happy to join. Again, we have to market our group, but by and large, we do 95% of our marketing for the program, and it's just myself and 3 other guys. So stuff like this really helps. So I appreciate the opportunity.
Oh, you're more than welcome anytime.
Yeah. It's always fun to hang out, and I feel like this has turned into some sort of tradition of hanging out before World.
It is, definitely.
Yeah. Although, so I will say, because the comment just came in, it's like, for some reason, Toby won't have me back anymore. So it's been a year or more since I've been on there. So at least I have you guys. So
we're still wondering if he's coming to World or not, Mike, but he won't answer.
Well, if he does, he would go to the CSDB event. So if he does, I mean, we'll make him feel welcome, of course.
No, Toby's always welcome, and he's always, we'll always have a good time. Our plan for the really hot sauce is to find some of his challenges and do them while dying of hot sauce.
Yeah.
Toby's just said he would love to have you on again.
Yeah. Well, I got
you're scheduling you in for an episode.
Yeah, I always feel like I'm reaching out to, bugging him to reach out to join and stuff like that. But I know it's very SolidWorks centric at that point, and I know he does other things, which is great. But at the end of the day, we're just trying to help out CAD users around the world, young people, stuff like that. So
yeah, I mean, that's the reality, is that we're all trying to achieve the same goal. Yeah. Sometimes we're using different technologies to create that, but the goal is the same.
Yeah, to help people get out there and create cool stuff. I mean, you can draw it on a piece of paper if you want. I don't care. We don't have an exam.
I mean, the way that I always kind of speak to people that don't really understand what CAD and design and engineering is that, like, you explain that it's like everything you see around you has been designed by someone, created, thought of, gone through countless amount of testing. Mm-hmm. And these are the people that are creating the everyday objects that you're working on. Yeah, and that's the one thing I love about 3D Experience World, is you get to meet some of these people.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah. And so, believe me, that's why when I love going to Disney and meeting with those guys, because so many of my good memories in life are attached to that, and they all make it happen. Like, same thing with the Lego people. Over the last year, I can't begin to tell you how much building those sets, helped me get through some things that were going on. That's
Yeah.
That without those, had buried my nose in a glass of alcohol. Who knows, But so yeah, it's always great to be able to meet those people and celebrate their products.
Yeah, I mean, one of my fond memories of World is standing there building Lego with with Nick in Dallas, and just chatting to the guy next to me about Lego and all that stuff. Yeah. And only towards the end of the conversation, I realized he was a rocket engineer for SpaceX.
Yeah. There you go. And you never know
we weren't even talking about what he did. I was like, that is incredible what he does, but we were just chatting about Lego.
Kirby's just putting Lego bricks together. This guy's sending rockets into space.
Yeah, but it's a fascinating time that we live in, and like you said, it's all driven by CAD somewhere.
Yeah, and these are people that you get to rub shoulders with.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that's a fantastic place to leave it there.
All right. Well, I hope this episode gets you guys some views as well. And
I hope so too. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Let's do our little dingus. Yeah, if you want to follow Mike Puckett, it's at Mike Puckett on Twitter. And then if you want to follow me, I'm at KJ Designs 365.
At Kessler and Creations for myself.
On Instagram, we are at the Core Podcast Contact. On Facebook, we are at the Core Podcast with O's and Zero. On Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok. Yeah, we're on TikTok now. We are at the Core Podcast. And I'm still trying to convince Jonny to let us do some fancy TikTok dances at 3D Experience World.
Tell you what, you clear it with Mike.
You went on the stage after General Listen.
You clear it with Mike, Kirby. We'll do some dances at the CSWE event.
He needs no clearance. We can do what we want.
Yeah,
if we're going to dance around.
Yeah, I don't have quite the clearance you guys think I do.
You've got more than us.
Yeah. So, and I'm not a TikTok person. I don't know.
Kirby is.
But yeah, if it works, great. So.
Yeah, I put a butthole on my AT-AT and it's got I think 1.3 million views.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. So it'd be fun. Yeah. Like I said, see if you can get Manish up there to do a TikTok dance with you or something.
That was.
So I did a presentation with him. So I can here in the UK.
Okay.
It was quite funny. He's a nice guy. So I'm going to email him and see want to come chat with us.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Yeah, definitely. That's for sure. Yeah, definitely.
That's what I'm going to email right after this.
He hasn't had his shot in the spotlight at the 3D Experience World as CEO yet either.
No, he had his announcement and that was it.
That was it, yeah. So definitely hopefully they make it a point of celebrating him this year and giving him the spotlight because he's definitely deserves it. He's earned it. So yeah.
That'll be fantastic. Guy. But Mike, thank you very much for joining us again.
Yeah, anytime.
Thank you.
You've been an absolute pleasure.
Awesome.
It's always interesting. Every single time you've been on, your background's been different. First it was arcade machines. Then it was I think it was your sister's house last time.
So last year was at my friend's parents' house when I was recovering with my broken leg.
Yeah, and now it's epic Lego.
So this is kind of this is my office now, so this is where I should be. But yeah, I move around.
Where will he be next year?
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say.
Right?
Where are we going to be and where's Mike going to be?
Working for SpaceX? Who knows? I'm just kidding.
We still have you on.
Yeah.
We still have you around.
And I would still go. I would still go to 3D Experience World.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, catch up with all those friends, and we cannot wait to catch up with you and all those that have joined us in the comments. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. It has been a whirlwind of an episode, and maybe we'll find out soon where we go next year. I think that's what everybody wants to know right at this point.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out.
It's going to be Atlanta.
I'll still look forward to it.
We can start announcing Wednesday, Boston. Yeah,
that will be fun too.
Yeah,
have a good one. But yeah. Thank you everybody for joining us tonight. We'll see you all in the next one.